We're live. Hi, WEN community.
Hi, WEN community. Hi, Karine and Karen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Haley has some commitments, so she won't be here. And I'm sure she's very happy because her husband came back early. It became less than a month instead of 4 months. So that's
Yay.
exciting. So her social calendar is going to be full.
Well, especially at this time of year, Thanksgiving is right around the corner for our friends in the US. And then we all know what comes right after that. Christmas season kicks off. For us in Canada, we're kicked in after Halloween. It seems like Christmas started overnight. So we had some snow already here. And
I have a friend that put a Christmas tree up already.
I have a friend who has their Christmas tree up too.
Well, you know what? I mean, if it makes you happy, go for it.
And I got my first invitation to a Christmas open house. So I'm excited.
That's fun.
Nice.
Good. So what are we talking about today?
What? Well, what did we decide? It has to be on the third step towards riches. Is it the third or the second? Yeah, third step towards riches, because that's what we're on, auto suggestion. Yeah. So let's stay on point with that. And there's so much on that.
There is so much on that. So I found an article that I'm not going to go into too much detail on, but I'm in the process of saving it into Sage Navigation's Facebook page. So anybody who wants to go and have a look at that, please do. And we'd love to hear your comments after our discussion, which we're going to cover a lot of things about auto suggestion. You'll be able to go and check that article out.
Karen, I'm actually going to jump in and say it's actually our private community that you need to join. If you go to Sage Dockside, it's called Dockside with Sage Navigation in Facebook, will allow you in and you can join our community and you'll see the article that we just talked about it before we came on camera here. And it's so relevant. It's so exciting. It's got so many key reminders for all of us when it comes to auto suggestion. So I'm going to throw it back to you. But yeah, it's called Dockside with Sage Navigation in Facebook.
For sure. It's good.
Great. So you head over to Sage Navigation to request to get into the community, and then you'll be in. You'll get the information. So yeah, so we were talking about auto suggestion, and auto suggestion is how you reprogram your subconscious mind.
Yes. And you know, it's basically, you can't eliminate what's in your subconscious mind. You can only replace it. And it's really interesting when you start to think of the things you want and you start to, I'm not even going to say step, because it really is marching. When you're every day doing the same thing, it's like a beat that you just, like, if you don't do it, it's like, oh, I missed something. And you'd be very surprised at the things that happen when you decide who you are and what you want. And you get a lot of help, and you wonder what's happening. Like, I just think of the journey I was on and what I was feeding my mind, and auto suggestion, what I was feeding my mind. Our goals, we define them, we commit to them, we date them, we move. That's what we're doing all the time. That's what we talk about in Sage Navigation. What's your life look like? All of your life, every part of it. And I tell you, I got a call yesterday, and like a Zoom, not a phone call. So I need to clarify, like, everything's a call, but the call is either a Facebook DM or Facebook.
No, I say it too. Yeah.
But a call from my world. And I'm invited to something I cannot believe I'm invited to. I'm sitting saying, what? And it all started because I went on a journey. I joined a community like Dockside. I put out there what I'm doing and what I want. And all of a sudden, somebody in the community says, well, guess what? Why don't you join us? Why don't you join us in Markham and come meet us? Come meet us. Yeah, come meet Brian Proctor. Come meet Corey, his wife, while they sign a book. And come meet Tommy Collier, who did all of the visuals for Bob Proctor, and Monty, his partner and his partner in life, and from Ontario, and then all of a sudden say, oh, I don't really like driving on 401 and I'm a little uncomfortable. See, my mind was stopping me. That's what was happening. And really, I'm going to see my son, David. You ready? That's what I'm feeding my subconscious mind. All the reasons I'm not going, all the doubt, when really I had a chance to be in a room with 200 people with Bob Proctor, and I didn't go for many reasons, but none of them good enough today that he's not alive. So when you get an opportunity to do something, it's not why you can't do it. It's why you can. And all of a sudden says, well, I can pick you up at Yorkdale Mall. All you do is you take your train to whatever, then you
Union,
take Toronto, then take this other thing to here. Are you okay with that? Yeah, I read books. It's all fine. I can pick you up and get you there. And then I looked it up. I can take an Uber for $34. Do you see how it works? When you start to think about how to do it, you're feeding your mind and your mind gives you the answers. And then you get the call where somebody says, wait a minute, maybe I can pick you up there. I got a hockey game there, or I have this, or I have that. But you have to make a decision what you want.
And you know what? It's really easy that doubts creep in. The less you put yourself out there, the more you let those doubts come in.
Well, and then the less you put yourself out there. Like it's almost like a vicious cycle, right?
Exactly. So you know what? When they say get out of your comfort zone, it's true. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Growth does not happen in your comfort zone. You need to find reasons to go, push yourself. And then it is amazing how you feel like I did it.
So, and it's very hard. I'm just going to warn you in advance. It's very hard on the people around you. It's not easy because the people around you, you're so sure, you're so clear. You don't know how, but you're clear. You're clear. You just have to keep moving. You're clear. Keep moving. Now, the people around you they don't have the same clarity you have because they weren't given that gift. They were given another gift. They have a gift to do something else. And it might even be, but that's the point. The point is you have to stay clear. You have to stay true to yourself. And you have to be kind to those around you because those around you cannot see things from their perspective. Like we do this with people, and in the community, they ask, well, why would we do that? Well, I know why I do it, but I don't know why you would do it. But I know why I do it. I know why I do it. And any consultant, coach, business, personal, psychologist, I don't care who they are or what their credentials are, the doctors that tell you, you know what, you're dying. Well, listen. They told me I'd never have children. I have a 23-year-old son with all the odds against it. So you have to not listen to what everybody's telling you and do everything you can not to judge the people what they're telling you because something they say may give you your answer. Not all of it, but if they're saying it to you, there's a reason. So you got to think what they're saying, and then you say, does it apply to me? No, that's not my thing. Perfect. Keep moving. Keep moving.
I want to go back to what you were saying is it's not easy on them. And I agree it's not easy on them. But sometimes when they see you taking steps and succeeding in what you're doing, you actually become an inspiration. You're not doing what you're doing to inspire other people, generally speaking, but that's a great side effect.
Yeah, like Karine's been talking about working on her goal and how close it keeps coming in the 3 feet.
I have to be so selfish for a minute and tell you, I told you guys I was having quite the morning and it's only 10 o'clock in the morning where I live. And this conversation has completely flipped me to the bright side. Like I just got some bad news about my goal. I was just like, I said to my husband, I'm like shaky and I'm disappointed and I'm frustrated. And then I just got on this and I'm now like, as soon as I hang up and I'm literally looking at the time because I can't wait to get off this call, go back to my husband and say, we're given an obstacle and we can figure out how to get past it. That's all we have to do. We just have to take the steps.
The obstacle is the gift. Like, look at the obstacle
is putting me in a better situation than what I thought was going to happen. Right?
Absolutely.
It is. Not maybe. 100%, Karine.
Right. I honestly feel terrible. I can't wait to get off this call.
It's faith coming into play here. That there is something better waiting around the corner.
But it's
And don't forget, dark is before the dawn.
But it's amazing how you get thrown these obstacles and you're like, I'm not going to say the F word, but you're like, darn it. Like, why do these things keep happening to us? Why can't this just be easy? Why can't we get what we deserve? Why can't, and all those touts, all of those questions, all of those
Because
things
it's not exactly the way it's supposed to happen.
And not only is it not exactly the way it's supposed to happen, you have to stop asking, why is this hard? Why can't this be easy? Why does it seem so easy for everybody else around me? You play those victim things through your head on loop, unless to what your points are. And I know this, and it's just such a good reminder. You reprogram your thoughts. I have to stop saying those things. I have to stop thinking them. They get pushed away, and you say literally without emotion for a moment, there's an obstacle in front of me. It's just an obstacle. I have to get past it, and I will. And then with emotion, which is why I'm so excited to get off this call, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to figure out how to get past this obstacle. And I already have some ideas, which is again why I'm like, I can do this. I'm going to do this. We're going to get past this. And I'm still obtaining my goal. Done.
Don't forget the law of attraction.
But I love that you just said that, obtaining my goal. Because if you were to counsel me, if I called you with whatever's going on for me, you would look at it and you would say something that would make me think of something else, because you're not in the forest. Like Bill's doctor used to say, go up to the cliff and look out over the ocean. You're in the forest and you can't see past the trees. That's what emotion does to us. It's a gift and a curse. A gift and a curse. That's how we got all messed up in our subconscious mind, because of the emotion, right? Like if I would have reacted to the bad things, and we were talking about how bad, so you would personally know how bad it is. And if you want to know, I don't have a problem sharing with you, but I'm not going to share it with 76,000 people unless you're interested. Let's not waste your time. But here's what I will say is that I'm very okay with that, because that brought me closer to who I am and who I want to be, and with who I want to do it and what I want to do. And I don't believe, and this is going to sound, I'm very selfish. I'm not compromising. I'm going to do whatever I can to help you get where you're going, but I'm not compromising. I don't believe in compromising. I believe in collaborating. I believe in perfect beginnings and perfect endings with kindness and love, because life is about that. Because in order to get something, you're letting go of something, and the letting go, believe me. So 10:27, I'm finished talking. If you want to talk more, then come into the community. Let's jump on a Zoom call. The more, the merrier. And you know what? I'm not going to call it networking. I'm going to call it jump in and have meaningless and meaningful conversations that let you walk away. Karine, thank you for always being vulnerable, because today you said, I'm going to be selfish. I don't call it selfish. I call it vulnerable.
And I don't really mean selfish. And Karen, I know you had something that you wanted to add, and I don't know if you have time to do it now, or if you and I might not get a call on later today, because I'm looking for your wisdom and your energy as well. And I appreciate both of you, and I appreciate this group that we're in. And I do sometimes feel selfish only because I get such amazing nuggets from these conversations that we have. And I hope that we do that for others as well.
I hope so too.
Well, we have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Karen, what did you want to share?
Well, I was just, saying what we were going to be talking about. Why we react instead of respond is based on what's in your subconscious mind.
100%.
And so here we have Karine reacting to that situation because she didn't take a step back to really
absorb it.
She let her emotions, and that's fine. I believe that you got to sit there, feel it, and then let it go, and then focus.
And I had a physical reaction to the news. It was an email that we got, and I immediately felt choked up. I felt literally shaky. Like I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm shaking. I'm actually physically shaking right now. And you can hear it a little bit in the crack of my voice, like emotion just automatically started. And so I reacted. And I know, Catherine, you and I have talked about this before. And Karen, I know you're very knowledgeable in this area. Your reaction is not often a decision. It's a risk. So taking the time to step back, figure out without emotion what you need to do, how to respond. That is the key.
But
And you know
what?
Good for you that you recognize that's exactly what it was, a reaction.
Oh.
You don't beat yourself about it.
I didn't recognize that you guys pulled it out of me, by the way.
Well, watch, if you're in the same position, you're working on something and you're challenged and it's hard and it's whatever. Well, stop for a minute. Is it hard, or is it taking you a place that you're not ready to go in that way? In that way. In that doesn't mean not to go. In that way.
Yeah.
So
But
response says that. So it is 1029.
It could also be that last obstacle. It could also be that last
3
obstacle.
feet from
3 feet
gold.
from gold. That, you know what? Don't stop now.
That's how close I am.
now.
I am
Exactly.
literally this close.
Exactly.
It's almost a signature that is required now. We just need to get that signature.
And I'm going to tell you also, your physical reaction is part of showing how much you want this.
Yeah.
Because we use the 5 senses. See it, feel it, taste it, hear it, all of smell it. Like, I could smell the smell of the ocean. I could smell the cookies or the brownies cooking in the oven in my new country house or whatever. You know what you want, everybody who's watching. Put your 5 senses to it, but then don't be surprised when your body reacts too, because if you really are putting everything into it and you are visualizing it to the point where you can taste it, you're gonna react.
Absolutely.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
Go get
Have fun.
Karine.